necessities, simple bare necessities, simple bare necessities of life. I know I can't sing. Sorry about that. How you doing? Hi. Canadians have really been chirping to me in email. I've looked at an enormous amount of stuff coming out of Canada, and I don't know which is worse now, Canada or Australia. Superficially so, Australia looks worse, but Canada's completely gone insane. And the people that agree with me are the ones that keep sending the material, and they're Canadians. So it's not funny at all, by the way. When I don't mention Canada, there's an enormous amount of Canadians that chirp up and send me emails like, basically this is what they all say. So I can't believe you're not mentioning Canada. It's way worse here in Canada than it is in Australia. It's bad here. It's bad. It's not funny at all. I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's rolling just as fast as I predicted. I said that things would peak really hard in February. People like me and probably you that have had your eyes peeled now for a couple of years, you know, you're like the meerkat standing on your hind legs that are looking around with your head on a swivel, just like me. Most of the world is not. And what I mean by peaking is that a lot of stuff is going to come due, if you will, as far as radical nuttiness, that even the people that have had their head up their backside and just been too busy working and taking care of the kids, the screech and the horrors of the insanity of what's going on in this world will become even readily apparent to them. It'll be like when Germany rolled the tanks down the streets of Paris. There were people that had their head on a swivel and they got the bleep out of France before Germany rolled right down the front doorstep. And then the other people that just went about their business and they were like not shocked until they could hear and see the tanks rounding the corner. And what's happening now is exactly like that. There are people that are just completely oblivious. The point being is that the so-called tanks, if you will, and I don't mean literal tanks, won't become visible until mid-February to late March, according to every piece of information that I've got. There's so many things. Europe, by the way, has literally gone to hell. And by Europe, I mean Germany, Österreich ist gefallen, yeah? You hear me? Österreich ist gefallen. Deutschland ist gefallen. We're very close to it. The Netherlands is gefallen. Czech Republic. Oh, my favorite one came out of France. And Emmanuel Macron spawned 1,000 headlines by declaring, these are his words, Macron, vive la France, hello, that he wished to piss off the people that were unjust. And that he wanted, so the head of France said that he wished to piss off the unjust people. He basically said that they're going to experience a new type of tyranny under new legislation. France's 5 million unjust, and I know it's a lot more than 5 million, will soon be barred from restaurants, theaters, long-distance trains. So let me get this straight. Y'all are going to be paying taxes in France, just like Canadians and Americans do, but you're not going to enjoy the things that come along with being taxed. Well, let's see how that works. Let's see if that works out. You know, I know there's been an enormous amount of protests in Deutschland and Österreich and the Netherlands and Serbia and Czech Republic. And Europe is literally gone to Hades. It's going fast. Here's my favorite one. People unwilling to get juiced will face penalties as much as $4,108 or 3,600 euros. In Österreich, leaders reported, nothing new about tyranny coming out of Österreich. Yeah? Österreich ist gefallen. Leaders told reportedly on Sunday the mandates will apply to all adults living in the country except when a medical exemption is granted, which is basically never. Österreich's policy is being closely watched as a model for similar ambitions throughout other European Union countries. Italy has imposed a juice mandate on people age 50 or over. Well, that's always good. You know, find the hell out of people that can't afford it, that are living on a fixed pension. That sounds great. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Greece. Greece has completely gone insane. Yeah, Greece is going to start finding seniors who don't get their juice. And, yeah, there's Macron, yeah, is pledged to make life difficult for the unjuiced. He's pledged. Now, if I told you like 3 years ago that the head of France has pledged to, number one, piss off French citizens. He said this, piss off. These are his words, huh? Vive la France. And make life difficult for the unjuiced. You said, oh man, you're crazy. You crazy, you tattooed bald monkey. That's never gonna happen. Well, it's happening. Sure. Here's another one. This is pretty great. I don't know if Europeans or Australians probably don't know what Ronald McDonald House is. Ronald McDonald House is a place set up, and now it's connected to McDonald's, right? But it's independent completely, so it's not directly McDonald's. However, I'm sure there's still some connection there. Ronald McDonald House is what basically it helps kids with cancer and leukemia, little bitty kids, little munchkins, you know, fight their disease and take care of them. And now, if your little kid is, and this, many parents have reported this happening, if your little kid is unjuiced, yeah, and their parent doesn't want them to get juiced, and they're receiving treatment for their cancer, leukemia, yada yada, deadly diseases, like, well, we're just going to kick you out. Yeah. Yeah, no life-saving treatment for your little kid. Yeah, if they're unjuiced, Mama, Papa hadn't juiced the kid, yeah, it's the door for you. Well, isn't that perfectly humane? Isn't that wonderful? Canada is going to start taxing the unjuiced. The people, and I have an inordinate number of Australians that have been watching these What's Going On videos. The people in Western Australia, Perth area, you know, well, what else is in Western Australia other than Perth? I know there's other places, excuse me. They have all said, oh, mate, everything's fine here. Oh, fair dinkum and what? It's not funny. But I had tons of Aussies living in Western Australia. Oh, everything's fair dinkum in Western Australia, mate. You know, that's just them crazy peeps in Victoria. Yeah. And the Northern Territory. Yeah, which, of course, is kind of recent, the Northern Territory. To all these people in Western Australia, everything's fine out here, mate. Well, everything's gone to hell in Western Australia. Western Australia's premier, I forget his name, I'm sorry I didn't write it down, I was watching the video from him. Well, everything is gone troppo in Western Australia. All those people, man, there's so many people in Western Australia. Everything's fine out here, mate. It's just them crazy peeps in Victoria. Well, no more. You knew it was coming. I mean, did you think it wasn't coming? He was just going to stay out in Melbourne and Sydney, yeah? Like people in Western Australia, which are so far removed. I ain't never coming here, mate. Which is what a lot of them told me. Well, it's come. It's made its way. Good news here in the United States, and they'll find a way around it. But the Supreme Court judges said what was bleeding obvious to any American with a half a brain, is that the mandates are dead. They're completely tyrannical. They're unconstitutional. That's basically what the Supreme Court said, in different words, of course. So the mandates here are dead, kaput. Yeah, but they'll find a way around it. Now, of course, they did uphold them for nurses and doctors and stuff working in healthcare facilities. So that was upheld. I love Canada, and I hate saying this, but Australia is an international laughingstock. I hate to say that because I love the Australians, and I always wanted to visit Australia. And obviously, I'm never going to get a chance now because, you know, you got to be juiced. Of course, since I have natural immunity, which is way better than that, because, you know, I've recovered from it. But they don't, no country recognizes that. There might be one or two. I take that back, actually. But almost none. I can't remember what the countries are that recognize natural immunity. This medical tyranny and medical apartheid stuff is just going to keep going and going and going. And it's because nobody has a pair of cojones. That's Spanish, by the way. the spineless stuff that and I have seen a couple good videos recently where the people shouted down the cops from trying to enter in a bar in Australia. They wanted to check everybody's, Papillon bitte! Show me your papers, please! Yeah! Sorry about that, but that's exactly what it is. It's full-on tyrannical. Show me your papers, please, yeah? So the people shouted down there. They wouldn't let them in the bar. Or I think it was a restaurant slash bar, both, who knows what. Bar, restaurant, whatever, same thing. So I was waiting for the Australians to grow a pair. And I had so many, I literally mean this, I've had by email and comment, and I read every comment. I had so many Australians say to me, stop apologizing. They say, I'm Australian, I'm living in Australia, I completely agree with you, I'm ashamed of my fellow Australians having no spine at all. And I'm not saying Australians are like that. I'm not picking on Australians. I love Australians, actually. I used to get a lot of Australian visitors in Florida when I worked at various places. Man, me and the Aussies got along great! Love the Aussies. Always wanted to go there, but obviously never going to get a chance now. Europe, by and large, there's countries, the place that is held fast with a giant pair of cojones is Poland. Yeah, Poland is not putting up with this World Economic Forum tyranny. Insanity, tyranny, both. Tyranny is insanity, insanity is tyranny. Poland apparently has the biggest set of cojones in Europe. I don't know what the second country is. It's not Serbia, though, and it's definitely not Greece, and it's definitely not Österreich, and it's definitely not Deutschland, and it sure as hell is not France. It's definitely not France. Whichever country it is, it's not France. No. No. None. Poland apparently has a clue. Everything I see coming out of Poland is like, good on you, Poland. Why can't the rest of Europe be like Poland? Why? Please answer me that question. That's one of the mysteries that I'd like to have an answer to. Why can't the rest of Europe be like Poland? Have a clue, yeah? So yeah, Canada's going to start taxing people. I've had so many Canadians, like actually not mad at me. They're upset at the fact that I'm not mentioning how radically insane it is in Canada. You're like, why do you keep talking about Australia? It's way worse here in Canada. Ah! It's not funny. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm not. The stuff that Trudeau, Vive la Canada, Québécois. The stuff that Trudeau has said is, and I don't want to repeat it, the stuff that Trudeau has said that's made its way here to the United States, you're like, what? What did he just say that? Oh, what? That's not right. It's shocking. People are like, what the hell is going on in Canada? Actually, I know what's going on in Canada. It's called fascism and tyranny. I love the fact that the French president literally said he wants to piss off the unjust, and he is pledged to make life difficult for the unjust. Well, that makes perfect sense, to create a medical apartheid tyrannical system. Yeah, with against the French taxpayers. Oh, that makes perfect sense in a world that's upside down, backwards, and stupid. That makes just perfect sense. I wouldn't even dare to say what the response would be if the American president... Yeah, I could comment something there, but I'm not going to. If the American president said he was going to piss off Americans and make life difficult for them if they're unjust. Oh, man, that wouldn't fly here, girlfriend. No way. No. I did my back snap. No, it wouldn't work here. I might love to see it, though. I'd love to see the American president say what Emmanuel Macron said. I'm going to piss him off, and I'm going to make life difficult for him. He actually said that. Look it up. Take my word for it. Yeah, man, that's not ballsy. That's extremely stupid. That's insane. Yeah, I'm going to take the taxpayers. We're going to just divide and conquer, by the way. That's one of the cornerstones of tyranny. Divide and conquer. Yeah. I don't want to say what number 2 is. I better not say. So that's what's going on. Everything is going just as planned. I knew the Supreme Court would knock it down as unconstitutional, the mandates. There's just no chance in hell that they were going to let that slip by. But don't worry, there'll be another way. They'll find another way. That was meant to be a little bit funny. They'll find another way. Let's see what that is. I don't pretend to know what it is. Actually, I have a couple ideas. A couple people told me some good ideas on that one. Europe has gone nuts. Canada's gone nuts. Australia's been going nuts for too long. Australia is the leader of the insanity. Canada is following closely behind. Österreich ist gefallen, and so too Deutschland. Very, very close on Deutschland. Austria and Deutschland are about this far away, time-wise, from going completely bonkers. They've announced what they're going to do, and the clock is ticking down to 0. I want to see what happens in Austria and Deutschland when the clock reaches 0 hour. On the insanity, the fines, the tyranny. I want to see what happens there. I'm going to pop some popcorn. I got a bag already popped, actually. I'm just going to open it up, sniff all that fake chemicals, and then I'm going to drink some Gillersteiner Deutsche Wasser. Yeah, Gillersteiner Deutsche Wasser, and eat some popcorn. See what happens on 0 hour. And 0 hour is approaching very quickly for Deutschland and the Netherlands and Österreich, which is already gefallen. But let's wait and see. Yeah? Get your popcorn ready. Whew. This world has gone nuts. This world has gone completely bonkers. Nuts. Сумасшедшие дураки везде. Hey, you speak Russian? Сумасшедшие дураки везде, блядь. Yeah? Сумасшедшие дураки absolutely везде. Which means everywhere in Russian, by the way. Сумасшедшие везде дураки. Настоящие сумасшедшие дураки. Ну что ты? That's what the Russians would say. Ну что ты? Ну что ты? Translate that from the Russian. It's crazy! This world's gone nuts! This world has gone nuts. I'm going to edit that out of this video.